Welcome to 8 weeks of Persephone. And the first aspect, the first week, this is innocence that sees. So before I go any further, I want you to know two things, please. First of all, although I have considered this, reflected upon it, prepared, maybe made some notes, although I've done all that, I am in this with you also for me. I'm also journeying with you, and why I'm sharing this is the richness of this work is not, okay, here's what I know about it, I'm just going to share it from the mind. That would almost to me feel like that's contra to being in this container. I'm in this container again and deeper and with you. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, I've touched on that, I'm sharing from the heart, because I'm also allowing what opens up for me to be in this field and for you to see that and to receive that. So that is what I would love for you to know or be aware of. So innocence that sees, it's interesting because one of the things that I would love for you to know and to consider at this moment is what happened for you. Remember, I said in the preamble is you receive this through your body. So I'd be curious, not for me, but for you to reflect and to be aware of what happened in your body when you heard that this is the topic for this week, innocence. So I'll share what happens for me. Even though I know what we're moving towards is, perhaps especially because I know what we're moving towards, is I can see this part in me that is eager to jump ahead to the juicy stuff, to the underworld stuff and dark stuff, and get me the soul remembrance. I can see that part of myself. So I can hold that part with wisdom. I see where it comes from. I can hold it with compassion. I can be kind to myself and know, okay, well, that is part of the essence of my soul that wants to jump ahead. And I can also add a little bit of humor and laugh about that part of me that is that childlike, I want to get to do that stuff. But I can also see where it can trip me over, because it can so easily discard the innocence. And that's the beauty where I called it innocence that sees, because it's not necessarily just about innocence. I mean, I can share about innocence and I say, I'd make notes about what allows you to be in innocence, to be in wonder, to be in awe, to be curious, to expand your body, to open up, to see something that you haven't seen before maybe. And that may be very, very valid for you, because there's no just one truth. And if you allow yourself to be, if let's say you have a challenging situation, if you allow yourself to be in no sense, you allow yourself to see it from a different angle, to see something that you haven't seen before. In fact, that is some of my work speaks to that. When we constellate something, we allow ourselves to see something from a different angle. So that's what innocence allows us to do, to see something afresh, or to hear something afresh, to perceive something without the judgment or the fixed ideas that we've had about it. Yet there's also a deeper level that happens. Because here's the thing, some things we can never not know. Our soul remembers. And even in this lifetime, there's a lot of things that we just know. There's experiences that we've had. And we can ask to and encourage ourselves to look at something afresh, but there's certain things that's already holds true for you. So for instance, let's say, and I know it's an example that gets banded around all the time, is let's say you're in an abusive relationship and you step in that no sense, and you look at it afresh and you think, well, maybe I've been wrong about this. That may just be stupidity. Because you know it's an abusive relationship. You already know that you need to move on. Yes, there's always something that you may not have seen, but there's certain things that we also have to step in our power and our own knowing. So innocence doesn't necessarily ask us to throw out everything that we've known, that we've learned, that we've experienced. In fact, innocence that sees asks a very, very more mature thing of us. It asks us to bring all of what we know, all of what we've experienced, all of what our soul remembers. It asks us to bring that and still to see as anew, still to be in no sense so that we can see, not necessarily see something that we haven't seen before. Yeah, maybe that too. But it asks us to perceive or gain clarity or receive it in a different way. Let me give you an example. So there's this tree outside my window. The first time we experience a tree, like if a baby looks at a tree, it's in awe, it's in wonder. And although I wish that I can look at this tree with that kind of, like not even knowing it's a tree, because once I know it's a tree, I can never not know it's a tree. It's that knowing that I bring, that I know it's a tree. I know what kind of tree it is. I know how it behaves. I know what it does every year. I know how it makes me feel. Yet, to bring that and still see this moment with this tree, this communion, in no sense. So innocence that sees asks us to bring everything as the wisdom, the elders that we are, and the mature souls that we've come to be, and to still stand in no sense with what is in front of us. We might know exactly what we need to do, like in the abusive relationship example. But innocence that sees asks us for a deeper level of clarity, not only to see more. Yes, that may be the case. I may see something that I haven't seen before. There's a branch that looks like it's going to fall. I haven't seen that. But it asks me to step in a deeper relationship or a deeper communion or a deeper awareness with this tree. Innocence that sees is asking me to bring what I have, to be in awe and wonder, and still stay in my mature wisdom and allow it to be. And that's big. And perhaps as that unfolds and as I share it with you, and that's why I'm glad I'm just sharing off the cuff, because that literally is just coming to me as I'm sharing it with you now. Yeah, it's obviously part of what my soul had thought of, but as I'm sharing it with you, the words makes it alive. As I look at this tree and I look deeper, not with necessarily the physical eye, when there's no sense, and then when there's quietness, now I'm talking, but later maybe if I sit and I just hold it, something deeper happens. Something different happens. And it's not to have an outcome, but it's to continuously be open to what is here. What is here right now, and what else is here? It may be something that I can verbally say, oh, I haven't seen this, or that's another aspect that I haven't known about, or this is another truth. But it may also just be another level of my existence that opens up, another level of my being, of the tree's being, of the universe's being. I'm just relating it to the tree. So back to Persephone. She shows us innocence, but she shows us also innocence that sees, because she's gone through full circle, remember. And I said also in the preamble, it's not the beginning of or the end. It's this almost the Shavasana, but also the beginning and also the middle, that place where you come to, where you embrace everything, where you are continuously in no sense, but you also bring what your soul remembers. You also bring what is true. You also know that what you stand for. And you just hold it in that space of what is here now. It is a very, very difficult place. And perhaps if there's 3 steps ahead, just go back and just say, if I'm in no sense, can I see something that I haven't seen before? Can I see something anew, afresh, something that I haven't seen before? And I'm also asking you, even if that is happening, to look, what else is here? What else can I perceive? What else can I receive? What else opens up for me? And that's the beauty of Persephone. I'm looking at my notes here, and I know how I've said to myself, oh, it's about groundedness, it's about presence, it's about openness. And yes, that is all true. Yet it's also so much deeper. It's about when you're grounded, when you're present. That is it. Yet what is the deeper truth? Innocence that sees. The reflection, and I will send you some prompts of some maybe at a very direct level and some maybe at a deeper level of what happens when I am in my wisdom, in my knowing, in my soul remembrance, in my experience, my memories, all of that. Yet what is in front of me, I'm in no sense. From the simplest thing, when you look at your partner that blows their nose too loudly, or the dog that barks yet again, or the same old food that you're going to eat tonight. To be in wonder and curiosity, but also to bring in, to say, hey, I know that I'm not fond of that food. I'm not going to pretend it's all wonder and beauty, but I'm still going to look at it, or I'm still going to see in no sense. I'm still going to be in no sense and be afresh in this moment. That is of a mature soul is going to ask you. It asks of you, can you see differently? Can you receive differently? Can you be differently? With your wisdom, with what you know, can you step up and be afresh in this moment? So those are the things I'm going to ponder. Wow, I didn't realize actually, honestly, that I'm going to go to that level. I thought I'm going to be at the level of just staying grounded, staying in wonder, staying in curiosity, staying in openness. And but that's the beauty of this. This is now asking me for you to also put out there that what else? What happens when you turn up with what you already know is true? And you may see that different. You may change your mind about that. But you also may just hold like, wow, a new experience, a different way of seeing, of perceiving, of living. That's it for today. And I'll send you the prompts. And I would love to hear how you bring in no sense that sees. So much love. Bye for now.